right.
Ho, 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 ho.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to On the Hunt.
Hi, baby.
I'm Whitney.
We've never had people actually
Watching
with
us.
eyeballs on us. This is so weird.
Yeah, so we're in the prayer closet. Chris is in here, and Mandy, and Luna. And we're feeling really awkward. Okay.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have Chris in here because we have a little something for him. Since this is coming out tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Sunday? Close to Christmas.
Yeah, 22nd.
Yes.
So almost Christmas.
Okay, great.
In case people don't know when Christmas is. God.
So,
Wow.
Chris.
Yes.
We just wanted to let you know how much we appreciate you. I can't look at
Yeah.
you and talk because I have to look at the microphone. But how much we appreciate everything you've done for us. This is our little pipe dream, you know, and you really have helped it come true. And so
Awesome.
we really appreciate
You're
that.
the only one that actually has a clue what's going on ever.
Right.
So thank you.
And he puts this out every week, so we always know it's coming out. It always looks so professional. And, we
And
just
does all
really-
our music, which is
Yes.
amazing.
Thank you.
So we appreciate it.
Thank
so
you very much.
Here's a little chocolate for you.
Ooh, nice.
And we're also handing him a very small gift.
These are European chocolates on
Yeah.
top of it.
European.
You guys have these flown in?
Yeah,
did.
Amy's private jet.
Yeah.
All right,
Now that Epstein's dead, I got that for a real bargain. The Lolita Express.
Wow. Wow. Epstein jokes. Okay, here we go. Chris is opening a small gift.
Nice. The Goldblum Variations. Adventures of Jeff Goldblum across the known and unknown universe.
So Chris follows, and I follow this Facebook page, the same photo of Jeff Goldblum every day.
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
So that's like almost like a choose your own adventure style book. That
with
is.
Jeff.
It's hysterical. I read some of it.
You have no idea how much I appreciate this.
You're so welcome.
Oh my.
When I see weird books, I think of Chris anyway, or weird socks. So
You did.
Yeah.
You did get me. You did get me Bob Ross socks.
I definitely got you Bob
I
Ross socks.
I wear those at least once a week.
Great.
So,
And it was tough. We almost bought you an Arthur Fonzarelli doll. I don't know. We didn't know what to do.
What is that?
Fonzie.
Oh,
The Fonz.
oh, a Fonz doll.
His first name.
I'm like, what are you
We were just browsing like this random
Henry-
stuff at
Henry
Target.
Henry
Yes.
Winkler.
You okay?
They had these really weird dolls from old
are
sitcoms
also
at
just gonna-
Target.
Yeah,
I don't
we're
know.
and we're going to continue to just leave weird that you might not
You know
even know
what?
is here.
Well, you know what the prayer closet looks like, so add to it as you go.
We
You're
will.
More than.
You
got
know we
it.
will. So, just
All right.
a little
Well, thank you very
something.
much. I appreciate
You're welcome.
it, ladies.
Thank you
We
for
appreciate
everything.
you.
All right. Have fun.
All right.
Oh, and Chris and Mandy are rocking their prayer closet closet. I can't talk. Prayer closet swag today.
Why are you talking like that?
I don't know. It's so weird with an audience.
Robotic.
We could never do a live show.
No.
Ever. This just seals that deal.
We can't even look at their faces. You're avoiding
I can't
looking.
even look at your face.
We're avoiding looking
You don't
at.
have to wonder if it's possible anymore. You just know it's
No,
not.
no, we know.
Nope, the answer is unless we're highly intoxicated. All right. Well, thank you all.
Thank
Have
you.
fun.
Bye.
Oh God, we're so
We are
weird.
so
Amy.
weird. That's so stupid.
Okay, well, we love Chris so much. Now
We do.
Chris can hear this now.
Yeah,
can
now
be
we
really
can give you like the actual, accolades you deserve.
genuine. Oh my God, yeah. So yeah, we just love Chris. He's done so much for us. I mean, he really got this off the ground for us. We talked
Yeah.
about this for so long and just could never make it
No,
happen.
we were like looking at $60 microphones on Amazon and thought, oh, okay, we can do this. And it's like, no, we had no freaking clue.
No, and when I texted Chris and he was like, "So we're gonna have to talk about microphone quality," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I don't even know what that means." So.
and the software that he
No.
owns involved with
Yes.
this. Like you just,
that he owns and knows how to use, and
I know there are so many podcasts out there that people just assume it's just something easy to
no,
slap together and
No.
do. And it's, I mean, our end is easy.
Our end
Chris
is
is not.
we're the talent,
We are. Ish.
sorta. Yeah. So thank you, Chris.
Yes, and Mandy for always opening your
Yes.
home to us,
Oh
even
my
though
God.
we're idiots.
Yes, thank you, Mandy, who doesn't mind to come for us to come home, and we're already in her home.
And
sure that's annoying. So, oh my God.
Oh,
now we have presents
gifts
for each other. That was already embarrassing.
If you are enjoying this, and just skip forward, whatever.
So
our stories are beautiful.
Okay, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I don't care.
I want to go first.
Okay, you can go first.
Because I'm so excited to give you my gift.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if I want you to just open it first. Yes, just open it first, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
I feel like I'm going to throw up.
Oh, God.
We just ate so much food from Bread
St.
Co.
Louis Bread Company, thank you.
People. Oh, so much wrapping.
This is not wrapped.
Oh, my God. Oh, a keychain. Is this from Rachel's creation?
That is an Rachel Creations
I
original.
love it. We will definitely post a picture of this on our social media. I don't know if she ships or not, so she really
I
wants
think
us
she ships.
Okay, we might even promote Rachel's Creations for her.
Because it
This
is Rachel's
beautiful.
Creations
Yes,
now.
Apostrophe S,
Right.
Rachel's. I love it. Thank you, Rachel. Not that you'll ever listen to this. but-
Hopefully not. No, I just sent her our logo. So it's like a circle and it's sparkly. And I was like, yeah.
So cute. Thank you. And so
welcome.
funny because her mom was texting me the other day panicking because she's like, I can't get a hold of Whitney. And she ordered some keychains.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, I think she's playing Elsa at work today. She might not have her phone on her. I don't know.
I definitely was.
Thank you. I love
You're
that.
welcome.
It's beautiful.
I have
And
one
will
too. I'm
use
so
it.
excited.
I haven't even gotten a keychain since I got a new vehicle.
Well, there
So,
you go.
Perfect.
First one.
And now I'm unwrapping
She's unwrapping a
box.
tiny box.
tiny little box. It says The Wizard of Oz.
There's more to. Yeah. Okay. I just need to stop talking.
I don't have my glasses on. I can't read what it says. I feel like such an ass. I can't read it.
You're so old. It says, so it's an Alex and Annie bracelet and it says courage. And so I've just been thinking a lot lately about like how much courage this took us to do this because I think we're both so socially awkward and just weird.
We are.
And we wanted to do this for so long, but to put ourselves out here like this, I feel like it really did take some vulnerability on our side. So I got one of these for myself as well. So we have matching
thoughtful.
bracelets.
Thank you. I love it. And I'm sorry I can't read it.
It's okay. So it's so you know the Cowardly Lion. It's his badge.
Thank
so
you.
You're
Clark's and
welcome.
Eye Care want to sponsor us. I really actually need new glasses too, but I'm too cheap to go get them.
So yeah, courage.
Thank you. I love it. We'll post these.
We will.
Even if you don't care, tough crap. You're going to
Yeah,
have to
it's
look
going
at
on
it.
our Facebook.
All right. Mine's not like all thoughtful.
It's really okay.
There's meaning behind. Like I thought about it, but it's not like mushy thoughtful. It's like
Well, we're also not mushy, so it was.
Well,
I
true.
saw that, but I was like, I just have to. So mine is mushy. I'm sorry, I'm mushy and weird. Oh my god. Okay, I have a magnet that says "Let's summon demons" with children, with the one child in the middle of a pentagram. Oh my god, that's freaking amazing. Oh my god, this is so cute. And a notebook that says "Let that go" with the lady do. Oh my god, I love this. It can be my new notebook.
that's why I got it because you were
Yes.
talking about how your notebook was so crappy last time, and
my
you were
God,
going
I
through a
love
lot of
it.
stuff personally, and I
Let
saw.
that
I'm
go.
like, just let that shit go, girl,
is
because we're
amazing.
doing stuff.
Where am I gonna put? Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Look at us and our cute gifts.
And after I got it, I'm like, she probably really can't put that like on her refrigerator at home because she has children. But I'm like, well,
No, I definitely will.
I'm like, maybe there's something metal in the prayer closet. We'll just slap it
I
up
also
there.
have a very similar one of these with Tina Belcher that says "butts" in my bathroom, so it'll go right next to it.
Lovely.
Oh, thank you.
No, and thank
sweet.
you.
You're welcome.
I love you, and thank
I
you for
love you.
making me step way outside my box and doing this. It's so much fun. Even
It
if
is so
like
much
we had
fun.
0 listeners, I would still do this every day.
Yes.
Every week, not every day. No, I can't prepare for every day, but
One day. No,
every
I mean
week because I genuinely look forward to
me
it.
too.
It's fun. I have
It
a
is
good
super
time.
fun. Well, and we're researching things we love, and
Yes.
yeah. So
Definitely
anyway,
better get my glasses out.
yeah, you
clearly.
really should.
God, it's getting so bad.
Yeah,
I really need
it's
to
getting
go. I've had
worse.
these same glasses for like
They're really
3 or
cute.
4 years. I probably, yeah.
Well, hey, people out there in the world, what's up with you all?
Yeah, sorry, I'll quit talking about my old age ailments right now.
Hey, we can't see. Do you need to go to the eye doctor? It's almost the end of the year. Have you used your health care benefits yet?
Yeah, no kidding.
Why am I saying
I don't have
this?
vision insurance, so.
You don't?
No. Because
Yeah.
I literally only go like every 4 to 5 years. So
I have
it's
to
just
go
cheaper.
every single year. So
Okay,
anyhow.
okay, no one
great.
cares.
No one cares.
All right, so.
You want to go first or am I going? I don't remember.
What did we do last? Hang on. Let me look at my handy dandy
Bermuda
notebook.
Triangle?
No. Was it?
I don't know.
No, seances.
Oh, I don't feel like mine is that long. You said yours is super long?
Yeah, and you went first last time.
Okay, then
Because
go,
I did
for,
seances.
go first.
Okay. So, mine, first of all, can I say how weird this is? We almost always record on a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And this last Tuesday, last Sunday, Monday, we had like a huge snowstorm and the roads were a mess. And where we live, like no one clears the roads off. So on Tuesday, I was like, I don't know if we should be. And that was a good call, by the way, because even Wednesday, Highwaysy was disgusting. So we had to postpone this and there was so much going on this week. So now we're recording on a Saturday, which is the day before it comes out. So it's like do or die time here. So it's just a little weird. Like
It is.
being here in the
But
middle of the
this is what we
afternoon
used to do. We originally, when we first started this, we did it on Saturday.
And
Again,
having a
no
big
one cares.
No
But
one
when
cares.
we're sorry.
So-
do you care? We love you. Okay.
My story is more history than paranormal, but it ties into the paranormal.
Abraham Lincoln.
No, it has nothing to do with Abraham Lincoln. It was before his time.
Oh.
But it's actually a really well-known series of events that took place. I only had
Salem
to
witch
use
trials.
Yes.
Shut up! Really?
It is. Yes. It is the
I'm like,
Salem witch trials. Nice
God.
job. There were 60 pages of information
On Wikipedia?
this, just on Wikipedia. And that's not counting the pages with like all the reference stuff.
Yeah. Oh
So
my
I
God.
had a few different articles, and then once I got into Wikipedia, I'm like, I'm not doing any more.
No,
Because
it's too much.
I feel like I'm rambling. And again, Wikipedia isn't always 100% accurate, but whatever. And so then I was like, early this morning, like 5 o'clock this morning, I'm like, oh man, I did this, last week. It's not fresh in my mind. I had a documentary on my watch list on my Amazon Prime about the Salem witch trials. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and watch that.
Yeah.
Just so everything's fresh in my mind. And then I was trying to make a few little notes. So I'm all over the place in my notes.
we always are.
but
What else is new?
it was really cool. Just,
I'm
I mean, it's not
excited.
cool. It's absolutely horrific. It happened, but it was really interesting
yeah.
research I did. So,
Oh my gosh.
my sources are Wikipedia, all of Wikipedia,
The whole thing.
the whole thing, and the documentary Salem Witch Hunt.
Ooh.
I don't know why I'm Zach Bagensing this up. So,
Do you like him on the cover of that book?
that was beautiful.
my
He's so lovely.
hat?
Who knows? He's insane.
Yeah, he is.
Please don't sue us.
We love you.
I've actually
we love
been
and hate you.
watching Real Housewives of Orange County, and they're being sued by some former cast member's husband or ex-husband because they badmouthed them on a podcast. And now I'm like,
gosh.
oh God, Zach Bacon's going to... We love you, Zach Bagans. We're just
We
kidding.
do. We just give you a hard
teasing.
time.
It's because we're jealous.
You shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be unusual for him.
Yeah,
though.
no.
He's dating Holly Madison.
Holy man. Oh, yeah, I went and saw her
Yeah, you did.
burlesque
You
show
did.
in Vegas.
He's dating her.
Well, okay,
I mean,
have fun with that.
Yeah, weird. Okay. Anyway,
All right,
E-News
so this-
Corner's over.
Yes, the end. Oh my God. E-News Corner resuming. Did you see Brittany's post on Instagram telling people to stop freaking bullying her?
Yes.
Listen up, people.
Leave
yeah, her
Brittany
videos
alone.
are a little out there, but you know what? That's why we follow her.
We do. And
If you
she,
can't appreciate the brilliance that is Brittany Jean Spears, get off her Instagram.
Right.
Like, seriously.
Well, yes, she does post videos of herself almost every single day walking to the camera
Up and
back
down that balcony.
Yes.
Yes. So what?
with her outfits.
It's her balcony and her gazillion-dollar palace that she
Right.
owns. So
Right.
back off.
And
her
she's
Christmas
doing her
tree's
own.
beautiful.
Her Christmas
so.
tree is beautiful, and she is doing her own social media.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a superstar,
She is.
and she's doing her own social media.
Yeah.
People
So
are
sorry.
rude.
yeah.
Ugh.
I was just really proud of her for standing up
Yeah,
for
you
herself.
go, Brittany. Leave Brittany alone.
That's right. Okay. And we're back.
Yeah.
So the Salem witch trials, what were they? Like, I know. There might be, like, I don't know. Obviously, everyone knows what they were, but here's actually some facts.
Okay.
They were a series of hearings and prosecutions of people accused of witchcraft in colonial Massachusetts. And the major, like, the mass hysteria span that was happening in Salem started in February 1692 and lasted through May 1693.
Oh, my God.
More than 200 people were accused.
That's funny. I thought it would have been way longer. I think
Yeah.
Salem witch trials, I think years and years.
Well, I mean, witch trials had happened in Europe way before that. And then there were still some
Yes.
residual,
People coming up-
accusations afterwards. But this was like
everything was witchery.
huge. This was like mass hysteria in this time frame. So over 200 people were accused. 30 were found guilty. 19 were executed by hanging. 14 of which were women. 5 were men. And then 2 dogs. I'm like, what? I found that interesting. I couldn't leave that out. But
And
like,
not cats?
not cat. No.
You know?
I mean,
Cats are
clearly
famil-
they had never watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch in the
Salem.
1600s.
He was Salem.
He was Salem. There you go. That was their nod to ha-ha, no cat.
But I mean, for real, cats are familiars.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's
funny.
Yeah, and for 19 people to be
Burned?
executed. Well,
Were
they
they
weren't
all-
burned. They were hanged.
Really?
Yes.
What a misconception.
Everyone. Well, not all were hanged. Poor Giles Corey
Oh, God.
was accused, and he was 81 years old.
That's not funny. That's
And since he
horrifying.
refused to plead guilty, they crushed him to death under heavy stones.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's disgusting.
How do you die? Like you just...
It would be very
everything
slow and
explodes?
painful.
Like-
Yeah, I mean, just stuff starts and you're 81. It's how you
God.
probably bones break very easily.
Oh, my God. He's 81.
A lot of the people accused were older, and I'll get a little bit into that. But
what I
I
always
didn't
thought it was
realize.
young women.
I was thinking this was like the bulk of witch trials, but I didn't realize from 1500 to 1660, between 50,000 and 80,000 people were executed in Europe for
Oh
witchcraft,
my-
and they were burned at the stake. When the Puritans started doing this, they're like, "Oh no, we'll just hang them."
That's-
And it's like, "Oh, thank you."
At least maybe it's faster.
Yeah. And what I didn't realize either, and I'll get a little more into that a little down the road here too, was typically if you would confess your guilt, you were just jailed. You were not executed.
Which is-
all the people that were executed denied being witches.
Because they
weren't.
And that doesn't make sense because if you're jailed, then can't you still like do your witchcraft and put spells on people?
Right.
Like if the purpose
Well,
is to eradicate.
No,
witch-
because what people will do is wait until you're sitting at your jury trial and start like having their little fits in the courtroom and say you're
pretend
doing that
like,
to you.
oh my
yes.
oh my God.
So
Just someone who
absolutely
doesn't
horrific.
like you.
No, and it was typically older women who were considered
We're having the fits.
no,
or
they were
having-
being accused.
Okay.
And they were destitute and kind of considered like a burden on the community. They weren't always members of the church, but you've got to remember this is the 1600s and it's
Yes.
a Puritan community.
Yes.
And you
best-
couldn't
you
just
best
like
be a
show up
member.
at church though either. You like had to stand in front of a church and like
Asked to be a part of it.
asked to be a part of it.
gosh.
Yeah, so it wasn't exactly super easy to even be a member of the
No,
church.
that's
So
scary.
some people are like, I'm just living my life. I'm not going to go sit here and beg someone to accept me. And that made them be considered outsiders. And typically those were the people on the receiving end of the accusations.
Well, this makes me very happy to live in the year 2019.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but they're still,
I know. At least a little bit better.
it's a little bit better, but it's like just let
you could
people
go-
live
you
their
could-
lives. Stop
I know.
accusing people of stuff and clean up
No,
your own
true.
back porch.
You could go to like, you paid for it.
Yes, Elliot Davis.
Yes. I feel like that's
Anyone
not the,
who's not from St. Louis knows it now.
I feel like that's not the first time we've said that.
I don't think it is
Reference.
either. And is he even
You
still
paid
on
for-
there?
I don't know. You just go to your local news channel.
That's right.
Someone will figure it out.
Typically a Fox affiliate.
Right.
They will be on that case. Isn't there one too who's like, I'm Chris Renier? I feel like he's on something too.
I'm French.
Yeah. Gagne Fructis. Okay.
Beignet. This happened last episode. This is
Did.
embarrassing.
We're riffing. Okay, back to the Salem witch trials.
Because people, real comedians say, I'm riffing.
Yeah, that's how it goes down.
I do.
So, of all the people accused, the youngest accused was 5.
Oh, God.
The oldest were in their 80s.
So they hung a 5-year-old?
Well, accused,
Okay,
not
Were
executed.
Okay, so then no children were
No
murdered.
children were actually executed
Thank
in
God.
this.
Thank you. Jeez.
A lot of people believe it was just an outburst of mass hysteria in the New World.
Everyone's freaking out.
Yes, because
Scary.
those trials had pretty much faded out after they murdered 50 to 80,000 people in Europe.
I mean, that's like
in the
genocide.
mid-17th century. But I feel like, oh, absolutely.
I mean,
But that documentary I watched talked about how kind of like, well, the Puritans came over here or anyone who immigrated to America from Europe came here because they wanted their freedoms and they just feel like maybe they took it. Oh, look, we can do anything we want now. Or that we're over here in this new world.
you can have your freedoms with a limit.
And it's not a new world. There were Native Americans here, but
Yes.
whatever. That's a whole.
We
other
killed
thing.
them. Great.
Yes. And what I found really absolutely upsetting was they said in the documentary, you would just be like at home minding your own business. You get a knock at the door. Hello, come with us.
You've been
accused of witchcraft.
So
and you just like, okay,
Dude, I was just watching Netflix.
yeah.
I didn't do.
No, God, what do you mean?
I don't even.
And then when I was watching, they were even talking about how
I can't even roll a cigarette. I can't roll some sage and burn it. I don't know if that's even the same.
That'd be the time I'd be burning some sage. They'd knock on my door. Great.
Excuse me. I was just researching paranormal things. I'm not actually a witchcraft.
Yeah. But
We would definitely have been accused.
Oh, I'm sure. I wear so much black.
And we're just generally unpleasant.
Yes, and unwelcome in churches.
And just our faces are unwelcoming.
And that's the thing. Like, someone would just like dislike
Not
you
like
and be
you.
like, oh, like
Bitch is a witch.
If there was someone you didn't like, and then you started feeling sick,
You
people were just like, oh, that person I doesn't like a witch.
No, you
They're making me sick.
Fully cook your pork.
Yeah. Well, in the documentary, he's like, Betty might come knocking on your door asking for some cornmeal. And you're like, I'm so tired of giving her cornmeal. She's always asking for cornmeal.
Oh my God.
And that would make them angry. And I'm like, you're a witch. Like, God.
Betty's a witch. Clearly she's using the cornmeal in
Betty
a
just
spell.
wanted ham beans and cornbread. Jeez, now death awaits.
Oh, poor Betty.
All right. So this is my really pitiful attempt at a timeline. And it goes all over the place. But
Timelines with this.
as far as we can tell, like the first like documented case documented accusations during the initial outbreak of this mass hysteria was in February of 1692 when 9-year-old Betty Paris and her 11-year-old cousin Abigail Williams, not Williams,
Wieners.
and Betty
Sorry.
was the daughter of
embarrassing.
Reverend Samuel Paris.
Okay.
Those two girls, the 9 and 11-year-old, began to have fits.
what's
And
a
I
fit?
quote,
Okay.
beyond the power of epileptic fits or natural disease to affect. So,
What?
okay, it's the 1600s.
What? Do they even know what epilepsy is?
They thought they knew what epilepsy was. So, like, doctors come, they're like, oh, no, this is beyond what epilepsy is. It's like, it's the 1600s. You don't even know for sure.
And what's
the extent
beyond
of anything.
Epilepsy is just
So really,
seizures.
I kind of blame doctors for a huge role in this because there was one doctor that came to see the girls and said, oh, no, this is not medical. It's dark forces at
Spiritual.
work here. And so then that
'Cause
kind
they
of planted
didn't-
that seed.
Because they didn't know.
Yeah. And then even a minister from a nearby town was just passing through. I know, John Hale. And he came by and saw what the girls were doing. And then he just made it even worse too. He was like, oh no, this is definitely the work of the devil. Something's behind this. We got to get to the bottom of it. It's like, no, stop it. You can't just make that call. This is not, you are out of your lane, buddy. And some things.
Call a reverend.
Yeah.
He was a reverend.
I mean, allegedly.
you're not a doctor.
Allegedly. So some of the things that the girls were doing, they would scream, throw objects, make strange sounds, crawl under furniture, and contort themselves into weird positions.
Could it have been demonic possession?
Thank you. That is exactly what I'm thinking. So you're pointing fingers at everyone else, and these are all like telltale signs of you being the problem. And I'm not
Yeah.
victim blaming, but I mean, I'm just, you
Yeah.
can't put that. But
only thing
also,
missing is,
have
like,
you ever
speaking in
been
tongues.
around a teenager just having a hormonal fit? Because it
Yeah.
could have been that.
I mean, the only thing there is like speaking weirdly and contorting. Like the other things, it's like crawling under furniture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come out now, dear.
Throwing things. That's.
And then there was some other minister guy named Deodat Lawson. What a stupid name.
Deodat?
And when he came by, the girls complained of being pinched and pricked with pins.
And we've seen that a lot in
Yes, we
demonic
have.
possession.
And then another doctor came and examined them and was like, oh, there's no physical evidence of any medical problem, so it must be evil. So everyone, rather than trying to rationalize, like get a rational explanation for what's going on with these girls, admit you don't know.
Right.
Toxic masculinity rears its ugly head again. And rather than say, oh, I'm not really sure what's going on here, you automatically throw it out to, oh, there are evil forces working.
Oh my God. There's witches.
Yeah. So then soon after this happened with these girls, other women in the community began exhibiting similar behaviors.
Attention seeking.
Yeah. One of them even interrupted Lawson's sermon several times with outbursts. So again, he's the guy that's like, oh, this is evil at work. So it's like, are you just bitter because someone's like, your sermon sucks. Get off the stage. No one cares about your hoo-hoo voodoo. Like, I don't know, but it's like, so that probably just added fuel to the fire.
Yes.
And again, keep in mind, these people who are exhibiting all these behaviors are being considered victims. And so they're just trying to blame it on someone else who's just sitting at home,
involved.
like churning butter or whatever they did back in those days.
Knit a sock.
Yeah. Just knitting. You know how long it takes to knit a sock? I can't even imagine.
No.
Leaving them alone.
Hopefully they'd get good at it.
So the first 3 people that were accused and arrested for afflicting Betty and Abigail, as well as 12-year-old Ann Putnam and Elizabeth Hubbard, were Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne, and Tituba, who was the
had no last name.
No, well, because she was the Paris's servant. She was from the Caribbean. Well, some things said they believed she was from the Caribbean. Some said more of an Indian. So there's no one really knows. Was she African? Was she
of color?
She was a person of color. Exactly.
And
that's the point. So therefore, she had zero rights.
Right. And so they probably thought that she brought some of her, like, ooh, maybe she is into voodoo. Maybe she brought it here.
Yes. And so then
That's sad.
those other 2 girls, what were their names? What did I say?
Sarah and Sarah?
Yes. No. Sarah and Sarah were accused. But the other 2 girls that started exhibiting, Mary and
Hubbard.
Mary, maybe?
Elizabeth?
I don't know. Putnam and Porter. Somebody had the last names Putnam and Porter. And apparently there was like a feud between the families. So some people think that those girls were just like, meh, watch this.
So how did they come to the conclusion that Sarah, and I forgot Tituba were the ones behind it?
Because someone just said they're the ones behind it. Oh. That's literally it.
There was no investigation.
No, none.
Okay, got it.
And obviously Tituba couldn't defend herself.
No, she had no rights.
Because she had no rights.
She had no
so
voice.
after just endless interrogation, she's finally like, fine, I'm a witch. Just leave me.
Leave me alone.
Clearly,
yes.
you're not going to listen to anything I have to say.
What does she even speak
I'm a
English?
minority. You guys are. I know you're not going to listen. And if I say I'm innocent and get found guilty, I'm dead. But at least if I proclaim that I am a witch, then I just
That's
I'm
so
just jailed.
sad. Oh my God.
So, and here's a little more about those 3 particular women who were accused.
Yeah.
They were all gossiped about in the community prior to this.
Great.
So they weren't, like revered as upstanding, what a woman should be in a Puritan community. Not that they were like trifling. They just weren't up to the standard. Can you imagine what the standards were? Sarah was a destitute woman.
What does that mean?
Just like really poor, I think.
And didn't have kids?
Like on your own.
Because when I think of destitute,
No,
I
Sarah
think, like,
did have kids because... Where did I read somewhere?
Am I thinking desolate?
Maybe.
Isn't that
desolate means alone, right?
Yeah, maybe like...
I don't know.
Okay, never mind.
I think destitute just means like...
Poor.
Really poor and down on your
yeah.
luck. But I feel like at some point... They like interrogated her daughter to the
horrifying
point,
then.
but I could be wrong.
That she
I
had
might be
kids.
making that up. And she was accused because of her reputation She was accused of rejecting Puritan ideals by choosing to torment the children instead of leading them towards salvation.
To torment
So
them
she
probably
didn't
with like
actually
chocolate.
do anything.
She
They're
never-
just like, oh, we know. We know
they
what
had
you're doing.
fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, probably is what it
Probably.
was.
Sarah Osborne rarely attended church meetings. So apparently the Puritans had a problem with also the fact that she had been divorced and then married her indentured servant. So that, well, I know you and I are like,
I know,
so what?
I know.
But,
It's just, but it's
but
the
that
Puritan
kind of put a
1600s.
target
Oh, yeah.
on her
I mean, that still would
forehead
happen.
for that.
That would still have happened like 60, 70 years ago in this country. for
Yeah.
sure.
And people were like, well, she had a son with her first husband and she's trying to take his inheritance. So therefore she's horrible and married this guy. I'm like, no, that's called child support.
Still her
Shut
kid.
up,
Still
idiots.
his kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody's got to pay for him.
Right.
And then Tituba, or however you say it, was obviously a target because of her ethnicity. Mm-hmm. She was accused of luring the young girls with stories of enchantment from Malleus Maleficarum, or tales of sexual encounters with demons.
Oh, God.
Swaying the minds of men.
What?
And fortune telling. So she was accused of doing all these things because these girls like were saying she did, and she didn't. She was like, no, I don't
Nope.
even know anything about that
No,
stuff.
you're like, just because I'm from the Caribbean doesn't mean I do fortune telling.
right.
My
And
God.
so-
well, and again, like thinking about Puritan America, like I don't know a lot about that, but I imagine there was nothing fun.
No,
You had like
none.
What was fun for kids then? Like, I
I
can't
don't
even
even
come up
know.
with something. A stick and a hoop.
Yeah, okay.
Is that-
And that was only for on Christmas Day.
Right.
Probably.
Probably not even that. I mean, like,
No.
oh my God.
Each of the women was considered an outcast, which was very typical of anyone who was accused of witchcraft. Each woman was interrogated for several days in March of 1692, and then they were sent to trial. So it's like, you're just interrogated, and even though you're saying, no, it's not me,
There's
it's like,
no
so it's not
investigation.
anything. I mean, I'm not stupid enough to think there aren't still injustices like that don't happen today. But, I mean, there were literally no grounds.
No.
Like, we've interrogated you, you've denied it, okay, we're having a trial. That was pretty much it.
Right.
And so since Tituba said, fine, I'm a witch, they ended up making her then go to the trial and be like a witness.
Oh,
but she
my
was
God.
still jailed, though, because she confessed to being a witch. And then finally, when all the mass hysteria and stuff died down and people realized this wasn't okay, when she was finally released from jail, like a few years later, she was sold into slavery to pay off her fines from when she was in jail. Because when you were in jail, basically, you were fined like rent
Oh my God.
every night. So this poor woman just... I mean, not that the other poor women were hung, but I'm just like, it was a lose-lose situation.
Yes.
Once someone accused you, you were screwed either way.
Yes.
Whether you proclaimed your innocence or just lied and said that you
Yes.
were to spare your life. And when I watched that documentary, they said that they think the 19 people that were killed were actually so strong in their faith that was such an outrageous lie to tell, to confess.
couldn't do
They
it.
just couldn't do it. And they knew they were going to die, but they were like, I would at least rather die and know I'm in good graces with God than to tell this just absolutely horrific
Yes.
lie. And there was even a woman, I forget what her name was. It was her last name was something like Etsy, but it wasn't Etsy, but it was close to it.
And now she owns Etsy.
Yes, but I wish, or her
the
family,
heir.
or someone. She, while she was in prison, about to be hung, like she hand wrote out this big long petition, like, "Look, I know my fate is sealed, but stop this, please."
Yes.
How many innocent people have to shed their blood? And I guess like the petition got signed by a bunch of people, and stuff, and she was still hung. But so even then, that's how selfless. You know what I
Wow.
mean, most people have been like, "Well, no way,
Screw
whatever,
it. I'm done. So I'm not worried about anybody else.
Now this is where my notes go crazy because I had all my Wikipedia notes and then I watched the documentary and now I'm all over the place. So
go.
bear with me. Also accused of witchcraft in March was Martha Corey. She had expressed skepticism about the credibility of the girls. Literally all she did was saying, we really think these girls are under the hex of a witch. And it's like, well, you're a witch, you're a witch.
And we're talking about children who
Yeah.
are pretending to have
And
it.
pretty much like 95% of the accusers were children.
Because they didn't know how
they didn't know any better.
serious that
Again,
was.
your point. They had a stick and a hoop to play with. This was fun. Like, look at all this attention I'm getting.
Yes.
Like, look, I'm doing something and there's a reaction. Like, things are actually happening because of something I'm saying. Woohoo!
Yes, and we should not kill someone
No.
on the...
No. Another accused was Rebecca Nurse. I don't even know why. I guess just because she was a woman. Rachel Clinton was from another town and didn't even know the girls, but so she got drug into it somehow.
And she's like, I'm over here.
yeah, what did I do?
Oh my God.
And then Dorothy Good was the 4-year-old daughter of Sarah Good. And her answers were construed as a confession that implicated her mother. So Dorothy wasn't necessarily accused, but she's 4 years old, and they're like, "Hey, your mom.
Oh my God, that's
she
so
makes
gross.
kids roll around on the floor. Does it? Okay?" And then she's like,
Yeah, well, she tickles
I'm
me and we
4.
play.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
4.
Whatever
Oh
you
my
say,
God.
okay. I don't even know what you're saying. I'm 4. Like, so ridiculous. And so just think, now this poor girl has to grow up and probably
Knowing-
was told, hey, you gave some evidence that helped sealed your mother's faith.
And then who raised her?
Yeah,
know?
who knows? Who knows? It's so sad. And also keep in mind, those people I just named, the Rebecca Nurse, the Martha Corey, Rachel Clinton, they were all members of the church. They weren't even like the religious outcast. They were members of the church. But so this is where the hysteria really started taking off. And it's like, okay, anybody's game now. If we're going to start accusing church members, it's on. Mm-hmm. And then it just like spiraled out of control at that point. Rebecca Nurse was found not guilty at her trial. And so when it was announced that she was not guilty, some of the why are there even girls in the audience at that point started rolling around on the floor and screaming stuff. So the judge looked at the jury and said, "Don't you think you need to reconsider your verdict?" And then they found her guilty.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's
So
the
talk
point of
about-
having a jury?
Exactly. Yeah.
Gross.
There was George Jacobs. He had said he was innocent, and they even pressured his own granddaughter to provide evidence against him.
Oh my God.
And so he was just like, so I kind of like this quote by him.
Okay.
Because he knew he was innocent, and he knew by saying I'm innocent, they're going to kill me, but I'm not going to lie about it. And so
Yeah.
his final words were, "Burn me or hang me. I'll stand in the truth of Christ."
Nice.
So he was just like, you
Yeah.
know what? Do what you want with me. Whatever I
Right.
say isn't going to
My
make a
physical
difference.
body is
So
whatever.
I know whose job it actually is to judge me. So peace out,
Yeah.
jackasses.
Yeah.
So then in April, the arrests and accusations, like I said, just started snowballing. Basically, people just started throwing around accusations. People were arrested left and right. There were 3 pages of names on Wikipedia
God.
of people that were accused and arrested. 3 pages. And I'm sure there were others too. That was just things they were able to find in records and
recorded.
documented.
Oh my God.
And
Oh, my
Oh, and then when I was watching the documentary, they said that since the people who were executed because they were witches, even they were members in the church, since they were witches, again, air quotes all over the place, they weren't considered in good standing with the church. So they weren't allowed a proper burial in a cemetery. So they just like put their bodies in ditches.
I mean, oh, great.
Yeah.
What? There's a. I mean, it's like insult to injury.
Yeah. So it's basically, and then people started learning, if you confess, you're jailed. But if you deny it,
You're dead.
you're dead. So
just
like I
say
said, there
you're
were a
gonna-
handful of people who could not, because of their, which is so ironic, because of their strong religious devotions, would not tell that lie. And essentially that's what ended up getting them killed. Some of the prosecutions that took place.
Okay.
June 2nd, 1692, Bridget Bishop's case was brought to a grand jury where all counts of indictment were brought against her because these are the reasons she was indicted.
Okay.
She wore black clothing,
I mean, do they have colors?
Yeah, right? Maybe she couldn't afford, like,
I feel like when you look at pictures of, like, pilgrims, they're all wearing black all the time.
I don't know. I don't
the
understand.
traditional pilgrim, like, if you think about how, Thanksgiving crafts, they're wearing black hats and black dresses.
100%.
Well, do they have dye?
I don't know. Probably the person who's saying this to her is dressed completely in black.
Yeah.
And as they're indicting her.
Trevor, did they have clothing dye? He doesn't listen to this.
What kind of plants and things did they have to grind to get a nice fuchsia frock?
Right, everyone.
Spit cookie out.
Bird, your cookies are great.
Yeah, she wore black clothing and odd costumes.
What?
Which,
okay.
I mean, if they can call someone a witch, they can be like, I don't like your shirt. That's an odd costume.
Everyone had the same freaking clothes.
And they felt her coat had been awkwardly cut or torn in 2 ways.
What? Oh, okay. Maybe she's...
That was literally it.
She doesn't have a tailor.
That's how they indicted her. No one was really even necessarily saying she was doing anything.
She was just walking down the street.
She wore black clothing and her coat was torn. And so she was labeled immoral and executed by hanging on June 10th.
Oh my God.
So keep this in mind. You go to trial on June 2nd.
You
June
dead
10th,
on June
you dead.
10th.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow.
So after that, the court adjourned for 20 days to seek advice from New England's most influential ministers. And on June 15th, they got a response from good old Cotton Mather.
Who's that?
He wrote a bunch of...
Marshall?
I feel like he was in the...
Founding Fathers? I don't know, I'm making up words.
I have cookies stuck in my throat, sorry. No, I feel like he was like a minister or something, maybe.
Cotton Matters. Okay.
He wrote... I've read The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I know Ichabod Crane's always reading Cotton Mather's History of New England Witchcraft. So I think he was... In the end, he... after it was all said and done, I think he promoted this...
To stop?
But they consulted with him, and they're like, nah, no, we don't care what you have to say.
Great.
So, yeah.
Well, that was pointless.
So they didn't even
Because he was like, no, that's dumb.
And they agreed to wait for 20 days. Like, okay, we're going to stop this for 20 days and get advice from people. And then when they heard back from him, they're like, meh, no. And so on June 15th.
Oh, my.
They just
That's
were
like 5 days.
Yeah, it was only 5, so they didn't even stick to their 20. So they just went, they're like, no, that's not what we want here. So then they just resumed their trials and prosecutions of people again.
Great.
And something on the documentary, it said something along the lines too of, I know nothing about history. Like literally nothing.
Obviously.
But something about their charter had been revoked. I don't know. Isn't that what happens?
Now I'm avoiding all I have no idea.
I feel like that's what happens to sororities and fraternities when they get in trouble. Their charter's revoked.
Oh,
but something like maybe they weren't recognized as a state or something governmental about it.
I see.
And so then that's when they start just jailing a bunch of people because they're like, oh, we don't know if we're actually allowed to have trials. We don't know. So they kind of put things in limbo a little bit till they got, I guess that's a piece of paper.
When
or whatever
was the
back.
American Revolution?
Really?
I
don't know.
Are they of their own country yet?
I don't know. So on June 30th through early July, the grand jury indicted Sarah Good,
no, it
Elizabeth
had not happened
Howe,
yet.
Okay, Savannah Martin, Sarah Wiles, and Rebecca Nurse, and they were all hung on July 19th. And then more and more people were just indicted and executed until finally 19 in total. And like I said, I'm not saying only 19 only. That's not what I mean.
No, but
that 19 people were executed because of witchcraft. I'm saying during this small little span in Salem, Massachusetts, 19 people, which is like a crazy... What, my face? I know. I can't help it.
No, you said Massachusetts.
Well, so it's a mouthful. I still have cookie on my tongue.
But you were so serious. And then I just had to laugh.
Because I'm really angry.
No, I know. But sorry, I'm just really...
I know there's a bunch more, but I got to move on. So, what type of evidence was presented in court to say, here's definitive proof that they are a witch?
Clothing samples.
Yes. Black on black. Like, listen, I've gained a little weight. Black is slimming. Back off. Most of the evidence used against the accused was testimony of the afflicted, So the people who are having the
eyewitness
fits,
testimony, the least, what's that called? Credible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
saying that they saw an apparition of the person who was afflicting them. So I might be like, oh God, I'm rolling around on the floor. And even though none of you can see her, Whitney is back there. I can see an apparition of Whitney.
And she's laughing.
She's laughing. She's twirling. She's just
twirling.
celebrating in my pain.
She's singing. She's
Yes.
dancing.
And that was considered proof. You you see Whitney back there and I can't see her. Okay, Whitney's a witch. That's definitive proof.
Oh my God.
Because that proved that the person who was accused had given the devil permission to use their shape to afflict harm.
Oh my God.
And then at least there were some decent human beings out there. The opponents of that argued that the devil was capable of using anyone's shape.
Yes.
So it's like,
Or
well,
his own shape.
So let's say you're saying, okay, fine, I believe that you are seeing Whitney. But you understand, if you truly believe that this is the work of the devil can stand right in front of you looking like Whitney or anything else that they want.
He can, as we've learned, he can look like Jesus himself.
Yeah, but the court was like, nah, not true.
We're gonna. I like how they'll believe some very ridiculous.
Well, they do it to fit their own narrative.
Right.
And their argument was, no, the devil can't do that without the person's permission. So if I'm seeing Whitney's apparition,
Yes,
and
sir.
even if it is the devil, it's because Whitney said, here you go, devil.
Here's
Step
my-
on in.
Here's my apparition.
Yeah, I hope you like black clothing. That's all I got.
He does.
Okay.
I would imagine.
I mean, he is the prince of darkness.
He is. But I feel like the devil's red.
Yes, probably. Maybe. We don't know.
We don't know, but they always say.
I love how it's just
it look like
based
he's
on like
Cartoons.
children's Bible depictions. That's what we
Just
think
red with
everything
horns
is.
and a horn
Jesus
tail.
is white with a beard. Sure he
Yes.
is. I don't know.
No, Jesus is not white. We all know that.
All right, where was I? So that was accepted as evidence of the accused being complicit with the devil. Cotton Mather stepped in again, tried to argue it, but nobody gave a crap.
Thank
what
God
he
for
thought.
Cotton, though.
So,
I mean, like,
yeah.
trying at least.
Thanks, Cotton. Appreciate it. A witch cake was used as evidence.
Excuse me,
So,
what?
A witch cake.
I mean, I love cake.
Yes.
Is
well,
it about
you
a
don't want a
physical
witch
cake?
cake.
Oh.
No, you definitely don't want a witch cake when you hear what goes into a witch cake.
Oh, God.
So records.
The witch?
No, not the
Oh, they
witch.
burn.
Worse.
Oh, God.
I mean,
What's worse?
in my opinion, records dated from March 27, 1692. A neighbor of the Parises, so remember, way back at the beginning, the Paris girl and her cousin started all this hysteria, says that the Parises had ordered one of Paris's male slaves to make a witch cake to ward off evil spirits and used to discover the ones practicing witchcraft. So they're saying Reverend Paris had his male servant, since he's probably of like African descent or whatever, so does the hoo-hoo voodoo, make a witch cake so that they could see who is witches.
Before, and this
And I'm
was
like, wait, isn't that witchcraft?
that's
right?
totally witchcraft. I mean, you would think. It seems like a spell.
Yeah.
And was that before they had their fits or after?
Hypocrisy.
Yes.
That was before.
Okay.
Or maybe after. I don't know.
But around the same time.
At some point in time. So here's what a witch cake is made of. You take rye meal. Don't know what that is. Probably whatever rye bread is made out of.
Yep.
Urine of the afflicted girls. Okay, so this was after they started their fits. And then it's fed to a dog. Wow. Poor is that one of the dogs that was executed for being a witch because you
I'm
fed
sorry,
it the witch cake?
That's not enough. That's not enough ingredients to make a cake.
That's like a mud pie for a child.
You need like
Flour.
an egg.
Some the urine was
Butter.
a wet ingredient.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
it. Like that's not
That's
a
it.
cake.
Rye meal, urine of the afflicted girls. That's it. It's more of a paste than a cake. And then fed to a dog. I mean, there may have been more ingredients. I
That's
don't know.
mean.
This is what Wikipedia
That's straight
gave
meat.
me.
And then what? What's a dog do? Points its tail at the person who's a witch?
I mean, is that any more irrational than what else was taking place during this
And then
time?
the
I
dog
think not.
just goes to sleep.
Yeah.
And dreams about which person's the witch, but
I
never
mean,
tells you.
My luck, it would be like every time someone walks in your house that the dog jumps on them. Like,
Yes.
everyone, all these witches just keep convening in my living room. My dog is jumping on them all.
He especially, Rowan especially jumps on James Christopher.
Yes.
Or is it Christopher James?
No, James Christopher.
Okay.
Paris spoke privately with the neighbor about going to the devil for help against the devil. So again,
Excuse me, what?
So Paris
Going
spoke
to-
with his neighbors like, yeah, I know. We kind of, by doing this witch cake, we kind of went to the devil, but it was because we wanted help with the devil. It's like, you're an idiot.
That doesn't make any
Go
sense.
spank your daughter's ass. Just stop. This is
That
stupid.
doesn't make sense.
No, I'm sorry. I keep talking. I gotta blow my nose. Tissue paper out, but I'm like, that's way too. Oh, that's the last of the toilet paper. Oh no, sorry.
fine.
I hope you don't have to pee.
I
or
didn't
poop.
talk. I don't have to
You
poop
just
at least,
laughed a
but I
little
might
bit.
have to pee. I did
Sorry,
just laugh the whole
my cold is back with a vengeance. Everyone.
Well, once you start talking a bunch too, it's like really awkward.
Yes. They also accused poor Tituba, like she just couldn't get out of this crap, of helping the girls attempt fortune telling prior to them becoming afflicted. They claim that she taught them how to use an egg white and a mirror to create a crystal ball and see into their future.
What?
Because they wanted to see their future spouse. They're 9 and 11.
It's MASH.
What 9 and 11-year-old
Yes.
is going to be like, do some voodoo so I can see my future spouse?
I mean, you played MASH, right?
What's it? I did the thing with the paper. You're like,
I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I did that,
you and
too.
then you pulled the paper.
But
up.
MASH is like mansion, apartment, shack, house.
Yeah, okay, I hear you.
And then all the other, and then you do the circle thing, and then you have to count.
So basically, they're accusing her of that.
yes, that is not witchcraft.
But instead of seeing their future spouses, they saw a coffin.
For their
allegedly.
future spouses, they saw egg white.
And the bad thing is, no one was ever actually able to prove Tituba did any of this stuff. This was, which that sounds like something a kid would make up.
Yes.
We had an egg white in a mirror,
Or
and
maybe
saw a
Tituba was
coffin.
playing with kids.
Yeah.
You know, like having fun.
Because that was, I'm sure that was a huge part of her job description.
Was
Like, hey,
nannying. I'm
indentured
sure she was the
servant
nanny.
to raise my children, entertain them.
Right. I have to go nap.
Yeah,
I need a
it
nanny.
was just nonsense, like I said. And it was all just because she was either of Indian or African descent. No one really seems to know for sure. But she was accused of participating in practices with creatives who inhabit the invisible world
What?
and the dark rituals which bind them together in the service of Satan. It's like, that was her charge.
I don't even know what that means, but
Like,
it's scary.
can we talk about the injustices being done against her as an indentured
Yes.
servant, please?
Can we talk about the witch
Yeah.
cake, please? Oh, God.
Another thing that was used in court as definitive evidence was the touch test.
Oh, God.
So it stated that if the accused witch touched the victim while the victim was having a fit and the fit stopped, that proved their guilt. Again,
Oh, my
if
gosh.
you're lying and having a hoax, like, oh, Whitney's making me have a fit. Have her touch me and I'll show you. And then you touch me and I stop having a fit. It's like, oh, Whitney's a witch. Again, whose control is that all under?
Right.
The person,
The accused, or the victim.
the accuser.
Oh, my gosh.
Other evidence was testimony by confessed witches calling out other witches. And I'm not even going to blame them because their backs were against the wall and it was probably like, we're going to, okay, fine, you're going to confess.
gonna
We're
burn
going to, burn you or hang you unless you start giving us names. We don't even care what names they are, just give them.
I mean, you're going to be scared.
If they found books on palmistry or horoscopes in anyone's possession.
Was that easy to come across in the 60s?
I don't know. I mean, who cares? Mind your own business.
I know.
It's in the back of Us
It's just-
Weekly every week.
I know. It's just interesting, though, like, how easily
Yeah.
would that have been to get your hands
You're
on?
probably not. I would imagine you would have to make it yourself.
Or you brought it over on the ship from
Yeah.
England or wherever.
Or, are you ready for this? If you had any pots of ointments in your home, you were accused
Get
of
some
being
Aquaphor.
Yeah, that's what I put. I said if you have Neosporin or Aquaphor, you're a witch.
screwed. I mean, everyone should have had some sort of an ointment.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope.
And this was the best. I mean, not the best, the absolute worst.
Most ridiculous.
And think about the fact that you're being accused of something that is so stupid, it's not even funny. Like, obviously, you're not. And then to be just humiliated like this in court.
Oh,
There was
God.
something they referred to as a witch's teat, which was if you had anywhere on your body a mole or a blemish that's sensitive to the touch, that was considered as being proof as of a witch. Because they said, like, oh, you have a mole right there? Well, the devil comes and suckles on that at night. And they're like, and if it's sensitive to, well, you're touching me on a mole. Like, that could be melanoma. Like, you don't know. That hurts. Stop. Take me to a dermatologist, not here. They're so freaking stupid.
On your mole?
Yes. And not even necessarily a mole. Like, I've got, like, a birthmark on my leg. Just, like, because they're grasping at straws. Anything to fit their narrative. Oh, look, you have a freckle. Oh, look, you have anything. They could just look at how humiliating.
And if it hurts to
if it was sensitive to the touch. Well, like I said, if I'm standing there in front of you and you touch me, I'm probably going to
flinch.
Yeah. So stupid.
Oh, my God. That's
all right,
so
I'm wrapping it up, I
sad.
promise.
Oh, you're fine.
So the last trial was held on May of 1693, but survivors and family members spent years trying to clear the names and be compensated, as they should.
Yes.
It's like, first of all, even when all this stuff passed over and everyone realized, whoops, me bad. It's like the survivors of these people were still trying to get their names clear, because even though everyone was like, "Well, sorry," they're still like a book somewhere that says, guilty of witchcraft. So in 1992, in Salem Village Witchcraft Victims Memorial was built in Danvers, Massachusetts, to honor the victims. And in November 2001, the Massachusetts legislature passed an act exonerating all who have been convicted and named each one innocent. 300 years later.
Oh, my God.
So
those poor women.
Was my story. And my snotty nose recounting of the Salem witch trials. So I know it wasn't like super paranormal, but
it's so good. A lot of information I'd never heard of. Like a lot of things.
And there's so much more out there.
Oh, of course.
Like I feel bad that I didn't give as much attention to every victim, but I was just like,
there's too many
There's
victims.
60 pages.
Well, that makes me want to get a book from the library though and dig deeper, because it's very interesting.
I read a book once. I think it was just called Witches. It was really good. It was a really thick book. It was so good, but I don't remember much.
It's funny because I assume they all were burned at the stake.
Sorry, everyone. I'm eating a delicious sugar cookie right now.
Thank you, Panera Bread. All right. My topic today is the Southend Werewolf.
Okay, I don't know this one.
Okay. So again, this is from that book I've been reading that I'm still
trying your paranormal cop?
Yes. Okay. Yes, I'm still trying to get through it. But I got a lot of information from some other stuff too. But this is a very, very interesting story about a real life werewolf, allegedly.
Cool. I'm here for it.
Okay, so I got to finish this book though. It's called Deliver Us from Evil. And I still was reading it last night. It's so good, but I'm just, tired.
We have lives.
Children and things. So anyway, the Southend Werewolf. So Bill Ramsey was born in 1943, and he was raised in the seaside town of Southend in Essex, UK.
Oh, la-di-da.
La-di-da. Also, my resources today. Resources? My
sources. Our resources are running low. This Panera was so expensive.
It really was. My sources are realunexplainedmysteries.com, the book I just referenced, and Mysterious Universe. So, okay.
All right.
So, Bill had a really, really normal life. So, until the age of 9. So, up until 9,
I hope he enjoyed
9 years.
The 9 years,
yes.
Only 2 of which he could probably even clearly remember.
So, at age 9 in 1952, Bill was outside and he was playing in his parents' yard. They probably called it a garden because they're in the UK. I watch a lot of Peppa Pig in my house. Let's go to the garden.
Tea.
Man, tea probably. So he claims that a chill came over him. He's outside playing. It's kind of a hot day, but this chill comes over him. So in his book, Werewolf, A True Story of Demonic Possession, he describes it like this. Have you ever walked into a meat locker right after you've been outside on a hot day?
No.
I know, I wrote that later.
Had he?
I wrote, who the hell goes into meat lockers?
Yeah. On a hot day? Okay.
Who goes into a meat locker ever?
Like a butcher? A baker? A candlestick maker? I don't know.
That's your average. Okay. Have you ever walked into a meat locker right after you've been outside on a hot day? That's what this was like. I was playing, and it felt like I should be talking in an English accent.
I know.
And it felt like my body temperature dropped a good 20 degrees. Sweat froze on me, and my whole body started shaking, and it was as if I'd opened this door and stepped inside to another dimension.
Bill,
That's from
you
Bill.
got the stomach flu.
Right.
And you're about to poo your pants.
Yes.
Get out of the garden. And
Or
to
just
the outhouse.
restroom.
Oh, no,
Well, there's-
1950. No, you have a bathroom. I
Go to your toilet.
go
Bill.
to the bathroom, Bill.
Bill also says this, and there was this odor, very foul.
Oh, Bill, yeah, Bill. There's some poopery.
Dude, Bill, you just farted. A few years earlier, sewer on our street had backed up. I'd never smelled anything so bad as the gases that escaped.
Oh my God, I've been watching National Lampoon's Shitter's Full.
Shitter's full. And that's what this smell was like that day. I was afraid I was going to vomit. Bill, you pansy.
Bill. Come on, Bill. Suck it up.
Oh my God. So Bill's outside.
You got no business working in a meat locker if you're that big of a
Right.
weenie.
So he's shaking uncontrollably, and this chill comes over him. So he said that during that little spell, he could only think of a pack of wolves and ocean waves crashing against sand.
Those two things don't go together at all.
Maybe it's just a pack of wolves running Baywatch style down the sand.
And it's really hard for them to run carrying those things that they float on. What are those called?
Floaty surfboard
I don't
thing.
know. Pam Anderson's boobs just keep hitting them in the face. They can't take it.
So Bill's like, Mommy! And then his mom and dad run out. And when they get out there, he had just stubbed his toe on a fence post trying to get inside because he's feeling weird. He's like, why am I getting this chill? Why am I seeing wolves running down the beach?
It's a fever dream.
Right. So his mom and dad run outside, and he had just stubbed his toe running inside to see 9-year-old Bill ripping a fence post out of the ground.
Dang, Bill.
And he began swinging it above his head and chewing on the wire mesh. I'm not sure why. I wrote, wow. I didn't know what else to say.
Bill got the rabies now. What is
He also
happening?
said, it also said, this goes really off the rails.
I'm
Prepare
good.
yourself.
Good, because mine was really pissed me off.
So he's also growling uncontrollably, and his parents just ran back inside because they were afraid of him. As anyone would, right? So later, Bill said that something had entered his soul, something that didn't belong there when all this was happening. Okay. So then nothing happens for a long time after that.
Okay, so
Back to normal. But they always
after
remember.
his parents are like, "You're rebuilding that fence, Bill."
Right. So after that whole incident, Bill just moves on and all is well. Although you'd never look at your kid the same way again. You're like, dude,
you were eating a fence.
You were eating barbed wire. Like, what?
And now I have to take you to get your tetanus shot.
Right.
Thanks, Bill. I have better things to do.
Absolutely. So then Bill gets married to his wife, Nina, and he has 3 children. So in the first 2 years of marriage, Bill starts having these reoccurring nightmares every night. That's what reoccurring means. And it would wake him up and he'd be sweaty and screaming. And in the dream, Bill would be walking down a path and his wife, Nina, would be in front of him. And then suddenly he'd get this overwhelming feeling of dread. And his wife would turn around. And when she looked at him in the face, she'd begin screaming and then she'd run away. And so Bill was like, great. So every night for 2 years, he has that dream, which is insane, right?
That's a lie. You should probably go talk to somebody about that, Bill.
But then nothing else happens.
Okay.
Cut to 15 years later.
Oh, well, I mean.
Bill's getting old. He's aging. Things are happening. I don't know how old he is here. Now we're in 1983. So Bill's 30 something.
30. Yeah,
Ish.
30.
Okay. So Bill's at a bar.
Well, how old was he when he got married?
Well, Bill was born in 1943.
Oh, why am I looking at 52? Oh, that's when he was 9. Okay.
So 1943.
Sorry.
So he's like 40s.
Things got weird.
It
Now
did.
they're back-
It did. It's
now
weird.
they're back
We're
on
cool.
track.
Okay, so Bill's at a bar and he starts getting those weird chills and he's like, oh shit, something's about to go down. So he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So he goes to the bathroom real quick. When he gets in the bathroom and looks in the mirror, he sees a wolf looking back at him. Literally a wolf.
What had Bill been drinking at the bar? Absinthe?
It gets weirder. So
All I can think of is Teen Wolf.
Werewolf London.
Go surf on the van, man. Come on, Bill. Make the most of this. Win the basketball game for your team.
No, he does not. It gets really bad. So he freaks out. He freaks the F out. He's like, oh my God. So he goes back into the bar and he's like, hey, can you guys drive me home? So
First thing I would be like, hey, does my face look like a wolf? Yes or no?
You're like feeling your own face. Nope, he didn't ask that.
No, he just
You're like, whoa, dude, your nose. It's like a snout now.
Yeah.
Your mouth.
You ripped your clothes.
It gets so weird. Prepare yourself.
Great.
So his friends are like, all right. So they all get in the car. And during the drive home, Bill begins to howl uncontrollably.
I mean, we've all driven friends home from the bar doing that before.
But then he attacks his friend sitting next to him and bites his leg.
Bill, too far.
Bill, too far. So his other friend stops the car and they're like punching Bill and being like, let go, because he will not let go of his friend who he's chomped on his leg. Like, he will. Let go. I don't know. So, yeah, they try to get Bill off this guy's leg, but he's like seriously clamped on. But finally, they get him off, and I'm assuming that friendship ended. Like they're all like,
I would think.
So
I'd be like, get out of my car. Don't ever call me again.
Right. Okay. So, but right before Christmas in 1983. So is this the same year?
Yes.
Yeah. So same year, just like a little bit later. Bill starts feeling chest pains, and he's like, I need to go to the hospital. So he goes to the hospital. So he's getting. Wait. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. So he's getting a blood test done. When he's like, so they're trying to take blood and he's like going, like lashing out at her. He bites a nurse.
Oh my God.
Her arm. He's not physically turning into a wolf, but everyone who talks about this incident is like, he wasn't a wolf, but he looked like a wolf. Like
his expression?
Okay. Just everything about him looked wolf-like. So he bites the nurse. Some people said he sucked her blood.
Ew.
But that wasn't always confirmed.
Unhealthy.
Yeah, not cool. What if she has a disease?
Yeah.
Finally, he lets her go, and then he starts running through the ER, howling. What?
I thought you were going to say humping her leg.
And then he starts humping her leg. Oh my God, that'd be great. It does get to weird places. So he starts running through the ER, howling and growling. He's throwing furniture. He's like gnashing his teeth. He's growling. And at some points, like, he would scurry to the corner of a room like an animal and like pace and growl. Like, as if he's...
Take him to the psych ward now.
They do. Hold on.
Okay.
So anyone who tries to stop him was tossed like a rag doll. And they all said he had inhuman strength. So he has hunched shoulders. He's doing this with his hands.
Oh, God.
Literally putting his hands into a claw.
I feel like if I did that for more than 30 seconds, my hands would just start cramping.
There are pictures. You can Google Bill Ramsey, and there's literally pictures of him like this.
Who's taking pictures?
We'll get there. But he's just like, hey, wing.
Well, I mean, this was 1983. What year did Thriller come out? Maybe he was just thought he was Michael Jackson.
Exactly the hands. Yeah. So finally, the police wrestle him into handcuffs, and he gets tranquilized. So they take him to the Runwell Mental Hospital, where he like comes to and has no recollection of what just happened. That he just bit someone and sucked their blood.
And humped their leg. Come on, Bill.
And you know he did.
Of course.
Okay. So, in January 1984, just like a week later, he checks himself out of the hospital against doctor's orders.
I mean, should he really be allowed to do that?
Right.
He bit someone. No.
Yeah. So, still in January 1984, I'm saying a week later, he goes to visit his mom. And so on the drive home, again, he begins to feel that cold feeling coming over himself. So he can like tell when it's about to happen, which they say a lot of people with seizures like feel an aura. You heard that? Like I'm seeing.
Well, there's something because dogs can tell. Like service dogs know when someone's about to have a seizure.
So he can feel it coming on. So he immediately drives himself to the hospital. Smart.
Okay.
He gets there and he attacks numerous people. He throws a nurse to the floor who had asked him to wait. So you're going to need to wait in the waiting room. Bitch, get down.
Yeah, we've all been there at the ER before. No!
Then he pounced on top of an orderly, choking him and trying to bite him. Can you imagine?
Stop biting everybody, Bill.
You're just an
Somebody
orderly.
give Bill a freaking mouth guard.
Like Hannibal Lecter.
Yes.
So the orderly's just like trying to get him his insurance card or something. And Bill,
I just work in triage. Stop it.
Bill like pounced on his shoulder. And he's like, hey, hello. It's not funny. Like if this were happening to you, it'd be so freaking scary. But it's so ridiculous. Okay, so 4 police circle him while he's snarling.
Oh, God. They just circle him, too. He's just like, arr, arr. Come at me.
And they get him down. He's taken down by 4 cops. But in the process, he injures 1 cop so bad that he had to spend 4 days in the hospital. Like, this guy, just with his own body.
Right.
So again, he is advised to enter a local mental institution, but Bill decides against it because he doesn't want to be labeled a crazy person. Literally, he
That
says
ship has sailed, Bill.
Bill,
you bite one person, maybe you're given like the benefit of the doubt. You've bitten too many people.
Bill, it's over, dude. It's over. Okay, so that was January. So I guess he's fine for a while because my next note is from July 22nd, 1987. Little Whitney is about a month and a week old.
Okay, little Amy's about almost
9, 10?
almost 11. So
Okay.
I'm 10, out riding my bike, probably.
Living your best life
I
in
am
the 80s.
playing in the sprinkler.
Heck yeah. So Bill goes to the White Horse Inn to get a drink after work. I wonder where his job was. Like,
don't
where
know.
is he still employed? I don't know that information, but
he
like,
spends an awful lot of time drinking at places
Bill
outside
needs
of his
to
home.
stop drinking. So he meets some friends there and he gets drunk. Okay. So he decides to drive home.
No, Bill.
I know. Stop it, Bill. But he went some back roads to avoid police detection. You know.
Well, yeah,
it's
as
the
one
80s,
does.
right? That happens.
He's
all the
probably
time.
got the cooler sitting beside him too,
Right.
and so popping cans.
Right. So he comes across a sex worker who's walking alone, and he decides to make a citizen's arrest.
What? Bill.
You cannot make this shit up.
Was it Eileen Warnos? Please tell me it was. Plot twist! That would be amazing.
Serial killer versus werewolf.
Can't you hear it now? Excuse me, sir. Why is this woman in your car? I picked her up. I made a citizen's arrest.
I know, and Bill, you're breaking the law currently.
Yeah. And how do you even know she's a sex worker just because she walked down the road? Come on, Bill.
Yeah.
Who are you to sit in judgment?
He's a
weirdo.
He's a dick. So he pulls over and he invites her in the car. He's like, hey, you want to get in? And of course, she is a sex worker. So she assumes he's a customer, as you would, because it seems like a transaction's taking place. So she gets in the car and they start driving, and she starts to get super creeped out. She's like, something is off with this guy.
Right. Which must be someone was really off because can you
Yes.
imagine what kind of weirdos this poor woman
yes.
has encountered in her time.
And she's like, hey, let me out. And he begins. You know, she's probably like, oh my God.
What?
This is so bad.
Yeah.
So she just jumps out of the car.
Well, I would too.
I mean, she's got survival instincts
Well,
right
he
there.
did a terrible job at his citizen's arrest then. She's just jumping out of the car.
No, I did read that the car had slowed down a little bit, so it wasn't like he was like driving 70, but still, she don't care. She bailed right out.
She tucked and rolled.
Yeah, and she knew where a police station was, so she ran straight towards the police station. She had some serious survival instincts. So Bill follows her to the police station.
Bill.
Yep. And a cop comes out of the station, and Bill attacks him and begins to choke him. Bill, you're
Okay.
in front of a police station. Okay.
And you're drunk driving.
Yes.
And you had a sex worker in your car. And now you're choking a cop. All in front of a police
This is going
station.
so bad, Bill. So more cops come out, and they said Bill was just tossing men like nothing, superhuman strength, while roaring "Rah!" and shouting, "The devil is in me! I'm gonna kill you!"
Oh. Okay.
It's getting real.
That escalated quickly.
Okay, so where do I go here now? My notes are all
I'm glad your notes are about as easy to follow as mine.
Okay, so at that point, Bill checks himself into a mental institution or hospital. Thank goodness. They do x-rays, they do MRIs, they do psychiatric tests, and they find nothing. But they did keep him for observation for 10 more days, in which he was completely normal, and then they released him. So, as you can imagine, the attack at the police station went 1987 viral.
Yeah.
All over the news. Werewolf of London, literally everywhere
geez.
was the headline.
You paid for it.
Right. So it was all over the place. He had several more violent episodes where he would then have to go back to the police, and he would just be like, "Please lock me up. Like, I need to be locked up. I'm not doing well." Okay.
I mean, so then basically the psychiatric places dropped the ball because he's saying,
Please
lock me up, keep me locked up. And they
Yes.
just keep letting him out
Yep.
where he could at least be in there being, maybe it helped.
Maybe, yeah. So then comes Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
I didn't know they got involved in werewolf cases. They
did.
do it all.
But it's not a werewolf. It's a demonic possession.
Oh.
In their opinion. So somehow, it's not really clear to me how exactly they got involved. I probably should have read more into that. Oh, no, hold on. I do remember
It was all over the news.
Yeah, and they happened, so he's in London, and obviously the Warrens lived in America, but they were there for some reason. So anyway, the Warrens got in touch with them. Or somebody got in touch with somebody. But at first, they did feel like it was a hoax. But the Warrens spoke to the police, I guess, that were involved in this. And the police were like, "Oh, no, this is not
happened.
a hoax.
It's real.
This is legit." Yeah. So the Warrens convinced Bill to allow them to do an exorcism on him.
Oh.
Because he was like, "No, I'm not possessed by a demon. Like, I don't know what's going on with him, but it's not that." So in 1989, him and his wife came to the United States, and the Warrens did an exorcism on him. So a few days before the exorcism, I guess Bill and Nina were like at a hotel, and he had tried to choke her to death in her sleep.
Oh.
So it's not going well.
No, this is the worst vacation ever.
Right. So at the exorcism, here's all the people who are present. Bishop McKenna, who the Warrens work with a lot. He's a major character in this book I've been reading.
Okay.
He's like their go-to exorcist. The Warrens, of course. Bill and Nina, of course. John Zaffis? How do I know that name?
Because he's the haunted collector.
Okay.
Right?
Right. Paranormal investigator. I didn't have a chance to look at him, but I'm like, I know that guy. But he was somehow really involved with the Warrens.
Yeah. And he's still to this day very involved in paranormal stuff.
Yeah. So he was there. Several off-duty police officers were there to provide protection, and staff from a tabloid magazine, The People, from the UK.
Not people. the generic version of people.
The People from the UK, who had actually paid for Bill and Nina to come to the United States so that they could be present in the exorcism.
All right.
So it began really slow. He was like, Bill was like, it's not working. But then it got really serious, as it always does, right? So he begins to snarl, his face is contorting, his teeth are bared, his eyes are wild. Again, his hands are curled up in a little claws. Literally the picture.
You come at me every time you do that. It's like, back off.
If you Google it, though, it's like, Google his name right now. Pull out your brand new beautiful purple. She has a very beautiful lavender iPhone. Pull it out and Google Bill. God, what's his last name? Ramsey. Bill Ramsey.
Okay.
Exorcism. And you're going to see this picture and he's like this. It's just so dumb. Okay.
See, any relation to Gordon Ramsay?
I know. I
he
wanted
kind of acts like a werewolf every time.
I wanted to ask that. Like, I thought about that multiple, because I love Gordon Ramsay. I'm a huge fan of Kitchen Nightmares. I'm sad it's not on TV anymore. But is anything coming up?
I mean, he could do some dental work.
Here we go.
Oh. That looks like me anytime anyone tries to give me a hug. No! Back
That's what we're gonna have to.
That's great.
Oh my god! So Lorraine claims that during this exorcism, Bill's physical appearance changed. So she claims that his ears became pointed, that his face became feral, that his hands became claws, and Bishop McKenna also agreed. So Bill tried to attack Bishop McKenna like multiple times during this, as you can imagine. He was like lunging at him, and like they kept saying he was swiping like an animal, like an animal.
Your face off.
Right. But Bill has his crucifix, and so we're good. And then Bill, this is like a very anticlimactic exorcism from my explanation here.
The
but then he
end.
falls to the floor, and it's over.
Oh my god! So it's literally like the end of Silver Bullet. If you have not seen Silver Bullet, we're done.
I've never seen.
Oh my god!
I know.
Do you hate Stephen King? What has he ever done to you?
I love Stephen King. I've never seen Silver Bullet, though.
Oh my! It is okay.
But because werewolves really don't interest me. Like nothing
Silver
about
Bullet
it.
was, first of all, it was a great book. Second of all, in the 80s, I was gonna marry Corey Haim.
I know you were.
He was my everything, and so in Silver Bullet, I can't talk. When they kill, spoiler alert, the werewolf dies, but
As he has to.
1980s CGI.
Oh my god.
And so, I mean, it's bad enough watching him turn into a werewolf, but when you die and go backwards to a human,
What happens?
he just like his hair starts growing back, like retracting.
'Cause it's
His
just
hair follicles
reversed.
start pulling into his skin, and his snout just like crushes, and it's the worst.
It sounds like
it's
it.
so bad. But
It
so
literally
true.
sounds like it.
R.I.P. Corey Haim. We could have been beautiful together.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, that's just what I'm thinking.
No,
Because it's like
literally
it's like he dies, and then it's just like. Actually, though, in Silver Bullet, after he does that, like you think he's dead, then he goes, rah, sits up and scares everybody, and then dies for
he has
real.
to.
So that was.
But that's what they said. He just fell to the floor with one last roar, and then he just fell still. Oh, and the interesting thing about this entire exorcism is that it was all caught on film, but like they won't show it to anybody.
Oh,
Which I would. Oh my god.
yeah.
So what was up with Bill? Right? Like
What wasn't up with Bill
what
at this
was up
point?
with Bill? Why were you like this? So the Warrens claim that Bill was possessed by a demon with animal characteristics.
You think?
Right.
Love you, Ed and Lorraine, but come on.
Yes.
They're stating the obvious.
And so in this book that I'm reading, again, I'm going to eventually stop talking about it, but I'm reading it and it's fascinating, and why not do stories about it? But they said that there are like so many levels of demons, just like, a hierarchy basically.
Right.
And so that this guy was a low level demon. Like, so it didn't take much to get him out, and that that some demons operate on a visceral animalistic level. They're kind of like muggers. They're not subtle.
Okay.
So, like, they come in and they come in at you.
Right.
They're not going to do this psychological oppression, infestation.
Right.
They're not going to do all that.
it's
They're
just like,
coming
here
in.
I am.
Yeah, I'm coming in, and now you're a werewolf.
So it is a lot like Teen Wolf.
It's basically Teen Wolf. So either that, or there is something called clinical lycanthropy.
Oh.
Which is where a victim truly thinks that they're shape-shifting into an animal.
Yeah, because a lycanthrope is a shapeshifter.
Right. So there's like a clinical mental health diagnoses. Some people have thought they've become a wolf or a bear, even frogs, rabbits, and bumblebees.
Okay.
You know,
That would be weird to be a bumblebee. I'm just like buzzing around, sitting on people's laps.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, a bear, a wolf, a frog is kind of weird, but at
Yeah.
least it's a bigger animal. A
Did
rabbit.
they say
okay.
Wyatt seemed to be worse when he was drunk? Because I don't know. I might act like a rabbit when I'm
Well, and there was
drunk.
something. Okay, so I did address this. There were so many weird periods of normalcy where, like, he would go 15 years and just be fine. And so they said, according to Ralph Sarchi, who is the author of this book, that they've seen many cases where possessed people will go through the motions of normal life for, like, periods of time, and that the demon is not in control for 24 hours a day.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. But I mean, 15 years seems like a very long span of time.
But if it's a really low-level demon. Maybe it's got to go wherever it goes and
Comes
takes
back.
15 years to get up the energy or
Maybe
whatever
so.
to do that.
I don't know. It's just very interesting. So the end.
Good job. I've never
Thank
heard that
you.
one. I like that.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like a cryptid sort of, but not really, but maybe a possession, but maybe
Yeah.
not, but I don't know.
All right.
Wow, you all okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
I need a drink.
I can't believe we're going to officially, in just a very short period of time, say we've been doing this for a year. Not really, but never mind. I don't know where I'm going with this.
We only started in August.
I'm in a new year, but I don't know where I'm going with this. Leave me alone.
18 this
Yeah.
is. We can
So
almost have our 20th episode.
Okay, so we're going to take it into 2020, though. Who
Yeah, we taking
thought?
it into 2020.
Yeah.
She's doing hand
Look out,
things.
2020. No, 2020. Now I'm doing the werewolf hands, everybody.
Werewolf hands. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, everyone. So follow us on social media on thehauntpodcast.com. On the haunt at gmail.
Yeah.
Is it on the haunt podcast at gmail.com?
On
the
the-
haunt at gmail.
Yeah, on the haunt at Gmail.
Just go to our website and you can send us an email from there.
Facebook and Instagram, honestly, is what we look at
Yes.
the most.
Twitter. We're not on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, rate, review, subscribe us on Apple, please. We love. I check those all the
Me
time.
too.
To the point
We've been
it's
sitting
ridiculous.
at 23 for a while.
And some of my doubters check that. You know who you are, family. So show them. That's the best Christmas gift you can give us.
yes, it really is.
We don't ask for much. This is the only thing we ask for.
It really is.
Week after week after week.
Yes. So please, if you've been listening, just go on there and give us 5 stars. We would really appreciate it. If you want to write us something, that'd be even better. We love that so much.
And all of our listeners that are constantly contacting us, we wish you the very best Christmas, holidays, whatever you celebrate, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah.
Hold on. We got a
Comment? I don't know. I'm trying to interpret her face, and I don't know what she's saying.
Hold on, we did. Let me pull. Why do I always do this? And then I wait till the very last second to pull
I
this
don't
up.
know. It's every week.
Here, let me just stop it.
No, don't stop it. You're going to mess it up.
Okay,
Just pull it up.
Okay, hold on. I think it's on Facebook.
Holy night, the stars are brightly shine.
Why is this the song we just
I don't know. It's
chose?
Christmas. we just been.
Oh, holy
There's
night.
nothing like wrapping up
Got
a
it.
demonic possession with a good Christmas carol.
Merry, happy birthday, Jesus. We got another comment.
You're moving it. I can't read it.
Well, I'm going to read it to
Oh,
you.
okay.
Hello, Jess. We won't say your last name. Thank you for sending us a message on, I don't know what this is, on Facebook or Instagram.
Have
but
I
it's
seen
somewhere.
this?
Maybe not, if you don't look at it.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
Hey guys, I really enjoy listening to the show. You both crack me up, and I love how when it gets creepy and too serious, you guys crack a joke and make it lighthearted. I want to give a suggestion for a few topics to cover. I think it would be neat to do haunted hospital hauntings and maybe some local haunts like the true story of The Exorcist and the haunting of the Lent Brewery. There's also a very interesting story I would like to know more about with the Alton History Haunting. Oh, and she also wants to know some other podcasts that we would recommend. And she says, love you, peeps. Thank you, Jess.
Thank you.
Jess is, she found our podcast from a girl I work with who shared it. Thanks, Samantha.
Nice. Thanks, guys.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
I've actually been to Alton a lot on some
Yes.
haunted things. So, yeah, I definitely look into that. I know Troy Taylor has a ton of books on that kind of, on that area. I don't know. I can't talk. Sorry, I'm trying to. Oh, yeah, this was great.
Also this, thank you, Chris Buckeye. You're the best.
Your elf on a shelf made my life.
It really did. So thanks, Taco John. You rock.
Yeah. Fun fact, last year I thought my kids were old enough we didn't have to do Elf on a Shelf anymore. And my daughter got really upset. Was like, Mom, you never do Elf on a Shelf. Don't you care? So when she went to bed that night, I got the Elf on the Shelf out. And then I got my Exorcist doll out.
Nice.
And spun her head around backwards so she was facing him. And the elf looked really scared. So, Chris, you're my people. I get it.
What are some podcasts you're into right now? Did you talk about Epstein one last episode?
I finally finished up the Epstein Devil in the Darkness. I'm so angry about
Yes.
everything that happened and is continuing to happen. But that was a really good one. Obviously, my favorite murder.
Obviously, my favorite murder. I'm really into the last podcast on the left. They have 1 billion episodes, and I'm right now listening to one about L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology, and it's very interesting.
If you love a good laugh, My Dad Wrote a Porno is like cry, tears streaming down your face funny.
They're British, and it's hysterical.
Oh, I don't know. I guess I could check mine, but I got a new phone, so I don't even know what's happening in my life.
That's kind of where I'm at right now. There's not a lot of other ones that I'm into at the
this
moment.
podcast can kill you is kind of a good one. It talks about different like diseases and stuff out there and what
That's
what
good
they
stuff.
what can happen. Oh, the Murder Squad. If you're into true crime, the Murder Squad's got Jensen and Holes. Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
I also like True Crime Garage. If you're into true crime, it's just like two guys and they do a ton of research. It's not like me and Amy. It's legit. Same thing with last podcast on the left. They do a ton of research too, but also funny. True Crime Garage isn't as funny. So anyway, that's us. We love you.
Yeah.
Is this our last episode in 2019? Maybe not. There might be one more.
Well, let's see. This will come out on the
Tomorrow.
on the tomorrow.
No, there'll be one on the 29th.
Oh, okay.
One more episode in 2019. Maybe we need to have a few drinks for our next episode.
Maybe.
Have Kyle drive us home. All right.
Ooh, well, episode 19 be the last one of 2019.
Yes.
Oh my God, we'll have to make a cake.
Meant to be. We just bring awkward gifts to the house all the time.
All right. Sorry.
All right.
Have a great Christmas,
you.
guys. Love you. Bye.